everybody, very good morning. My name is Vinu Venkatesh. Welcome to another lecture with me. Today is lecture number 14 on time and tenses. So are we ready? So as discussed, we're talking about time and tense. What is tense? Tense shows the time of action and the amount of action done. Okay, there are three types of tenses: the present, past and future. What is the present tense? Present tense is basically now. So for example, if I say I play or I eat, that is present tense. Obviously you know that. Past is I played, I ate. Then there is also some talk about that later. We'll talk about past perfect tense later. Now future is basically I will play, I will eat. It is what is going to happen. So we said that there are three tenses, right? Present, past and future. Now each tense has four subtypes: indefinite, perfect, continuous and perfect continuous. Each tense has this, okay? So we'll discuss this more in our next lecture, but this is just to introduce the four subtypes. So in total there are 12 tenses in English grammar. 3 main tenses and 4 subtypes. So 4 into 3 is 12. Now remember we talked about the forms of the verbs V1 to V5, right? So what is V1? V1 is present plural, right? Present tense but plural. V5 is present tense but singular. So now that we are going deep into tenses, V1 and V5 are called present indefinite. And we said that V2 is the past tense of the verb and it is the same for singular and plural. It is called past indefinite. And V4 is a ing form such as eating, playing, going, etc. That is called the continuous tense, okay? And V3 is a perfect tense because is a perfect tense or the past participle or the passive form. V3 is things like I had eaten the apple by the time you came. All right? Now let's talk about something called the simple past and the past perfect. Simple past is just past. See, if there are two events which occurred in the past and event number 1 has occurred before event number 2, then the verb that we have to use for event 1 is called past perfect because it has occurred before event number 2, that is it has occurred in the far past. So event number 2 has occurred more recently, nearer, closer to us, that is in the just past. For that we have to use simple past. For example, the train had left by the time we reached the station. What is the sentence saying? The sentence is saying that the train had left. When we reached the station, the train had already left. So what has occurred first? The train leaving occurred first. Then only we reach the station, which is event number 2. Event number 1 is train leaving. Event number 2 is we reaching the station. So what has occurred in the far past? The train. So what kind of verb form should we use? The past perfect, that is V3. That's why we're saying the train had left. But we reaching the station has occurred in the just past or the near past. For that we simply have to use a past tense. So we are saying we reached the station, which is what form of the verb? V2, correct? So that's why we're saying the train had left by the time we reached the station. So we talked about the time and tense of verbs, right? What is the difference between time and tense? Time is basically the past, present and future. Every verb has a past and future, a past, present and future time. In sense, every verb can be used to indicate past, present and future. Tense basically means the forms of the verb which indicate when the action has happened. Now in grammar, remember we talked about auxiliary verbs and main verbs. Auxiliary verbs are basically helping verbs. They are things like is, was, are, were, do, does, did, have, should, etc. They indicate the time in a sentence. The tense is indicated by the form of the main verb. For example, she is writing a letter. Now is an auxiliary verb and writing is the V4 form of the main verb. What is the sentence saying? That she is writing a letter. That is, this lady or girl, this action is a continuous action, correct? And it is happening in the present. How do you know it is happening in the present? Because of the verb is, which is auxiliary verb. How do you know whether the action is over or it is ongoing? By the form of the main verb, which is writing, which is V4 continuous. It shows that the action is happening. It is in the present continuous. Now next example, she had eaten the cake by the time they arrived. Now this is what we just discussed about the far past or the past perfect and the simple past or the just past. So this sentence is saying that by the time they arrived, she had already finished eating the cake. So how do we, in a sentence, how do we convey that she had first the cake was eaten by this girl, second they arrived? We have to use different forms of we have to use different tenses or forms of the verb. So the cake, eating the cake occurred first, so we have to use past perfect. After that only they arrived, so them arriving should be put in the simple past or the just past. So how do we put it in the past perfect? We have to use the auxiliary verb had plus eaten. This is the V3 form of the verb eat. So she had eaten, it tells us that it occurred in the past and it is a past perfect, that is something else has occurred after it. What is that? They arriving. So they arrived. To describe the action correctly, that they arrived after she ate the cake, we have to put they arriving, that is that event, in the simple past. So simply use the V2 form of the verb called arrived. So she had eaten the cake by the time they arrived. Now we'll be talking more about time and tenses in our next lecture. So as of now, we have just introduced the concept. So again, as usual, please let me know if you have any questions or comments, and we'll be discussing these topics in detail in our next lecture. Until then, good luck and take care.